Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's been a minute, but we back again. Open Exchange, where we talk about a multitude of things. I'm Nate,
Boobie.
Down.
Lex.
and we about to get into it. It's been a while since we last spoke, so I guess we should
talk about it.
address. I guess we should address.
Hiatus.
All right. We should address, but like why we stopped shooting. And it was a multitude of things, mainly because everybody's pretty much doing their own thing. I mean, I know for me, I was really focusing on music, and like my energy wasn't towards this in a sense.
Pretty much same on this side. My energy wasn't totally committed to this at the time. I fell short on a lot of things that I was supposed to be doing that I agreed to do. I'll take ownership of that. I don't know.
Oh shit. Going on for me. I wasn't fucking with these niggas. Nah, but it's pretty much all the same thing, you know. Like when we first started out, like things are good. Then it's after a while you just realize, like, damn, I don't know if I really want to do this. I want to do other things, that type of thing. So, but we back now. But go ahead.
For me, I think it's a wide variety of things. I think when you work in a group, sometimes you have people who have their own things, their own lives and stuff that they doing. You have, sometimes your vision of things change, like you just said. You go into it one way. You like, I got this vision. I'm excited. I got this energy. But the more you do it, and then sometimes when things stop going from feeling like a fun hobby to like a job. Or you feel like you're actually just working a lot, then it kind of takes the passion out of it, takes the energy out of it. So I know, like, for me, it was just mentally you start going other things going on in your life, take your energy from it. And then also too, I know, like, for me, I can say I felt as if I may have overstepped too much, where it's like started to feel as if I was the one running it. You know what I'm saying? And as far as me, like, taking a step back and just being like, what, let me let everybody, get in and, do their own thing. I think I just kept going that way. So it kind of just felt like, okay, like, I kind of made y'all feel like, okay, it's Dom's show, and then we going to do whatever. And I should have never, put myself in that position, because it was a us thing at first. You know what I'm saying? But, that happens in groups, conflict resolution.
Bobby Brown.
I'm about to say, okay, Bobby.
Conflict resolution.
He say I don't fuck with them. You know what I'm saying? It's cool.
Conflict resolution. That's really the big thing. So we back at it now. So
word. I do want to touch based on what you said. That's one of our topics. Kind of like everybody wants to do their own thing. So in the midst of everybody doing their own thing, one of our topics is going to be about content creation. You know what I'm saying? And getting into that and seeing how, like, later though, like, I just wanted to point that I give you a little.
to it now.
Yeah, before we hop into that, yo, how was y'all week?
Oh,
Anybody want to start off?
I mean,
No.
week was cool. Start the week was a little rocky. I had a little situation. Had a little situation, so it was kind of a little shaky. But everything settled out. Work is work. But for the most part, my week was straight. Can't complain. FanDuel robbing me blind, but
And
I gotta let go of this FanDuel stuff.
Yeah.
Y'all doing too many parlays.
I would never.
I'm going to put this out there. DeMar DeRozan, count your days. Nurkic, count your days. Vucevic, count your days.
Joel Embiid.
Giannis, count your days.
Bro, how
Joel
many?
Embiid, count your
I
days.
will lie.
Those just
Yeah,
those-
bro, they robbed me, man. I was 2 rebounds away. About 4 times. Lost. About 8,000 this week.
I felt
I'm not
like
happy.
NBA players look specifically at my parlays and say, fuck
I'm just trying to figure out a way to get this money
I'm
by tomorrow.
telling you, they look at those joints and be like, nah, we gonna randomize it. That's a dub. You want what? 4 rebounds from? Nah, it's crazy.
Because it don't make no sense why you play the same team. First time you play them, I bet you going to get under 6
got
assists. This dude had 9. He ended at 9. So I'm like, bet. Yesterday he played, I'm like, you going to get at least 4. Why he end the game with 3?
Bruh. And mind you, he had 3 in the third quarter. So the
I'm
whole
saying.
quarter, no assists, and he got the ball in his hand.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like, bro,
trash,
you playing with
Nah,
me?
that's crazy, bro.
That's when you start looking up the guy, like,
He
bro,
was
like, what I
glitching
do
in
to
his
you?
head. He was like,
Word.
I can't pass it to nigga.
He said, nah, it's over.
But that was your week, FanDuel. Just
I mean,
taking your money.
the most negativity in my week was the FanDuel stuff. Yeah, definitely. Nah, that's not even true. I'm not gonna get too much into it, but I made a pact with myself a minute ago to like make better decisions on my part, make better choices, not really expect. It sounds like real messed up to say not expect anything from anyone, but as far as like, I just gotta take ownership of my decisions. I'm not blaming nobody. So a couple things happened this week where I had to sit back and realize like, you can't really be mad at people for how they are. If you know somebody's terrible at communication, at a certain point, you can't put yourself in a situation where their communication is imperative to the end result. So I did that to myself 3 days in a row. So at the end of it, I was just like, you know what? I can do this. I just rather not. It'd be way easier for me to do this and accomplish this without, like, with the help of another person. But forget it. I'm gonna just do it myself. I got it done. I'm here today. I'm good. It's whatever.
Yeah, but I'm happy to hear that, bro.
Thank you. I
definitely
appreciate
support
that.
That's good, especially right now. I just feel like, in general, I can't clear my throat.
Yo, grow up.
But nah,
Childish.
what was I saying? Especially right now, I just feel like, at least me personally as well, going off of that, it's like, you just gotta realize like, self-growth is important. And it's like, you know, realizing just like your actions, you know, realizing like, I don't even know what the fuck I'm trying to say, but like,
Trying to sound deep right now. Just tell us about your day.
Fall out.
Man.
Just talk to me.
my day was
What
good.
you
My
do?
week was good.
What you do on
He said, much like these plants around us, you know, we must also
Trying to
grow.
bring things back to
Also, bro.
reality, tech,
Yeah,
and
I'm
life.
sorry,
like,
damn. But nah, you know what I'm saying? My week was alright. Next.
That was it, Dale. You ain't going.
no deep
No,
into
no. That's it. It was alright.
Alright.
Damn.
Alright, my week was good. It's new job. I ain't even gonna speak on it right here. But new job, got every all I gotta say is the grass is greener wherever you are. No matter where you go, the grass is greener. So you know what? You just gotta choose which grass you're gonna be on.
Listen, all I'm going to say is my grass need a lot of water. Some fertilizer, some nutrients, something.
But hey man, growth. Gotta let the rain come. It gotta rain so it could grow.
Nah, see, we getting acid rain where we at.
Oh. See, now that's just an environmental problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're talking about the clouds is messed up, this pollution. Nah, but my week was good, man. Been better at, like, been way better, as y'all know, keeping my peace and just, like Leon just decided way back to just, like, stop. You know what I mean? Just stop doing things and, like, really take accountability. And taking accountability also means tracking how your decisions, whether you deem them good or not, or like negative or positive, how they all have different outcomes because you can't control the outcome, especially dealing with other people.
Yeah, and that's something like to even bounce off of that. Like I've learned this week, you know what I'm saying, and talking about like my aunt, my sister, and just like people like that. You know, you can't like how you are. I can't necessarily expect that from everybody else, and that's not to say that people are less than me or whatever the case may be. But like how I may move in certain situations, I can't make that an expectation, because when you do that, you kind of set yourself up for failure. So like, if you a person that's 100, you do everything by the book. Like if I, go like a mile for Boobie, you know what I'm saying? Like that might not be his thing, and I can't necessarily be mad at him for that. You know what I'm saying? Just because I go the extra mile. He, in his mind, he's giving me all that he got, pause. But, he may be giving me everything that he can. And that's like, I got to just accept that. I can't expect him to, like, for example, if I give you $100, right? But let's say I have my bank, I got 10,000. So I could give away 100, but you give me 10. I can't be like, oh, you only gave me 10, bro. Like I gave you 100. Why you ain't give? You know what I mean? Like he gave me what he had. So that's another thing I'm learning too. I can't expect how I moved or how I made her situations. I can't expect that from everybody else. Everybody don't have that same mindset or outlook. Because we were all raised different. So how we view situations may be different too. And I realized that with the problem I had this week. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't necessarily just
expect that from people.
Yeah, I can't expect certain things from people, you know what I'm saying, without maybe talking to them about it first.
Yeah.
Some people because they've been doing things a certain way for their whole life. You know what I'm saying? I can't expect them to only change that for me.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So it's like that's one thing I'm starting to learn. And that's just with friends, family, anybody. And that's so.
Real brief touch on, not to like totally put your business out there, but
That's fine.
to anybody in the audience watching this, please stop getting electronically inept elderly parents things that are outside of their grasp.
Oh.
If you not
Yeah,
gonna be
like
the
if
one,
she 85, don't tell her to cash up.
exactly. If you're not going to be there to actually help them with it every time, or if you're
Take
not
it to
going to
Western
take the
Union.
time to teach them, please stop giving it to these people.
Yeah. I called 6 times in one night, bro.
I'm saying, 'cause
It's
all you're
a-
doing is setting their kids up for failure.
6 times in one night.
Listen, man, should each one teach. It's each one teach one in that regard too. I mean, I don't think they're gonna get it though. You know, your mom be like, "What the remote?" I turn it on. What? Just the bread? You know what? I'm leave it right there.
Yo, mom, I've had Alexa for like 2 years now. My mom still call it Alexia. It's like,
It's like, bro.
How?
I don't know, man.
She just want to call it. How she looks is how she feels like her name should be.
It's just
I don't know.
circle.
But you know, also too, with because you know we talking about accountability and not expect. Like, how was y'all 2021 as a collective? Like, how was it for y'all? 'Cause I know we all went through a lot of shit last
I
year.
would like to walk out.
You know what I'm saying? We all went
21
through a
was
lot
a
of shit
blur.
last year. You know, everybody was hit by we
it
got
was a
COVID.
mind. I don't want to go first. My shit too.
Nah,
The last 3 years has just been an amalgam of just like
what you called it?
an
A what?
amalgam, like just.
Bruh.
Can we take a clap song to that
can't
SAT
spell that.
word? That's an SAT word.
Go ahead, bro.
You've been reading
Amalgam?
brother.
Come on, son.
You know what I'm saying? Okay.
how you
Barnes
spell
and Nobles the other day. You picked up a book.
I'm saying I'll pick it up, but I put it back down.
Nah, how do you spell it?
We're not gonna get into that.
A.M.
We're not
against
gonna
you.
put But yeah, the last 2-3 years has just been like kind of, for one, for me, it's been like a blur in a sense, but also it's just like, it gets to a point where experiences, memories, stuff kind of just like mixed together. Like I can't really place certain things in a certain years half the time. Now I'm starting to realize that. So I don't know well, I know it's a product of COVID because it's just like there's a certain routine that we've been subject to for the last 2-3 years, and it's kind of like troubling. Not kind of, it's troubling in a way, especially for myself because I thrive off schedule. I thrive off like shit like that. I do well in a setting where I know I do A, B, C, D, and I can do that straight how many days, how many weeks in a year. But when I become used to habits that are negative, that's when it goes to being, that's when it's a problem for me. So that's one of the, I want to say, resolutions that I want to commit myself to this year. I'm not extravagantly like, I'm going to make $1 million this year. I'm not doing anything crazy like that. One of my favorite sayings is baby steps to large strides. So I'm going to start out small, realistic, and build my way up.
Consistency, baby.
So if you like 2021 was just like coming back from it, it's just like, okay, I'm just take small steps to get, to the.
In one sense, 2021 was a clusterfuck. That's what it was.
Boobie, yeah.
Nah, I feel that too. I want to say for me, I feel like 2021 was just like, it was a great learning experience. Like I realized that like, I just needed to be more accountable and be more responsible about everything that I'm doing right now. And that's like in every single aspect. Like I could be doing more. I could be using my time more effectively in other ways, like time management. Like it's just realizing like, sometimes we really be doing some bullshit for no reason, you know? And just like realizing that, like, it just makes me think about this year, like, you know what? I want to use my time to do this now and actually grow in it, rather than like just doing regular bullshit all the time, But yeah, learning experience.
My
Hey man, open your
crystallized
heart up,
brother.
my boy.
2021 was a year. That's all I gotta say on that. Just really stopping bad habits and start practicing good ones and being mindful of my actions. You know what I mean? Like, 2021 was a year, bro. Like I can't tell you. It felt like at least every 3 months, every quarter of the year, was something else happened. Something came up, and it's like, yo, bro, I'm like, you killing me right now. I'm like,
Bruh.
about to drop. You know what I'm saying? But I think overall, I would agree with Boobie. It was a learning experience because obviously you got to go through things to grow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's to change your perspective. You know what I mean? And for me, one of those things is just like stop repeating things. You know what I mean? Officially, like stop talking about. Like if I could do it with like my music in the sense of like, yo, I said I want to make music. I want to shoot videos, and I started doing that. I had to start applying that also to myself and my well-being. So I really, right now, this 2022 is really just focused on being better, like a lot of inner work, a lot of healing, and then also, you know, just being good to people in a sense, you know what I'm saying? Like in the sense of how you said, like, you don't know how, like yesterday you said, you don't know how much you mean to somebody until you disappear. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what your role is in their life until you're not there. You're not accessible. Now, granted, take the time to charge, you know, recharge, but
Yeah.
so 2022 is dedicated to just a lot of inner work, and it has been already, if it hasn't, like, yeah.
Yeah, we
Also,
20
too, want
days.
to just say right with this, this is low OD script. I just want to give y'all. I feel like sometimes you don't necessarily do it all the time. You know what I mean? Unless it's like a great achievement. But like I'm really proud of y'all too, though. You know what I'm saying? Not to get all mushy and all that stuff, but I'm really proud of y'all. Like especially, you know what I mean? We gonna get to you. But like Boobie, because like you've seen the growth in. I don't know if y'all peep. You've seen the growth in Boobie like over the last like year and a half. You know, Boobie was normally like, you know, the happy-go-lucky, just he floating around, but he's starting to get, you know, serious in your craft, like with the car shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like you really. Like you're diving head first into it, like setting up your YouTube channel and all that stuff. So I want to say I'm proud of that. And then even with the photography, you know what I mean? Y'all, now you doing, you know, videography with his music videos. Lex, you know what I'm saying? Lex.
Me?
Shut up. Lex, you know, Lex just, you know, Lex is just how he carries himself, really. You know what I'm saying? Like he just got that older brother aspect.
OD.
You know what I'm saying? It's just that. And then also too, like, you can learn a lot from Lex by just being around him all the time. I don't think he understands that too. It's going off of like you don't understand how much you mean to people. Like you don't really understand how much you like you give off to people. You know what I'm saying? Just with your like your presence, your words. Sometimes it could be like you having a bad day. He just might say some like 2-word shit. You just be like,
No, that actually has
shut up. I was having a bad day.
That's happened though.
You know what I'm saying? And then you got Nate. You know what I mean? Me and him been talking about the music shit for what for like 3, 4, 5 years.
Since
So to
I
see
met
you
you.
now going out dropping musics and shit like that shit. I be giving it to everybody. Yo, I gotta listen to this shit hard. You know what I'm saying? Like shorty over. Yo, my boy Nate made this. Oh, that's nice. I know, right?
I love doing that, bro.
Yeah, they be like, who this? My boy Nate.
gotta put a-
Nate, the one you be talking. Yeah, that's him.
Somebody asked on Instagram the other day, like, "Yo, what's new music?" You know, they put the little thing. I typed in my first
Yeah,
song I heard,
always.
Precious.
Always.
She hit me back today. It was like, "Yo, that's hard." Da da da. Like he got other stuff. I'm like, "Yeah, he got more stuff on SoundCloud. He got other stuff on Apple Music." I didn't even say that's my boy. I just wanted, I just let shit go.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead with this bullshit.
So we love a shame.
Go with this bullshit. But then for me, how 2021 was, it was definitely learning. You know, like I said, you don't realize how much you mean to people until, you know, you go through certain things or you may fall back or whatever, or like if you going through something, how many people like will reach out to you, whatever. Like to start 2021 was crazy because I almost lost my grandmother. So like I was like, oh, this is how we starting this shit, like with this shit. You know what I'm saying? And that kind of threw me off. And then there was just a lot of different things going on. I think 2021 taught me to like really, I think as men sometimes we don't focus on our mental health because we just always on the go. You know, as a man, just like, yo, take it on the chin, just keep going in stride. We don't really sit down and like, you know, really take a day or a moment to really just reflect and just understand like how we feeling and like understand our emotions. And then sometimes we may act out because we never took the time to really just sit back and really like process everything because we've harbored everything for so long. You know what I'm saying? And for me, I found myself like starting to self-destruct towards like the middle of it just because it was just a lot of shit that I was just like, I'm straight. You know, you lie to yourself and tell yourself you straight over situations, but you ain't never really take the time. So for me, it's just like, gotta stop doing that. And it's crazy because he kind of one of the motherfuckers that taught me to like stop doing it. Because like him, he got a whole Sunday or a whole day for it. You know what I'm saying? It's like me, they'll just be like, I'm straight. I watch some sports. I watch some sports, drink some wine, I be straight. And it's like, you can't always do that because in situations where if you don't have the wine or there's no sports on or something else happen, you just keep doing that. You just piling on and piling on and piling on, and then it may take like some simple shit to just make you self-destruct. And it was like, so for me, it was just like a learning process to stop doing that, but then also too to start really like going after what it is I set out for when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? Like all the goals and stuff that I had to really just immerse myself in those things and like really just go forward with it. Like, you know, I'm about to get my real estate license soon.
My boy.
You know what I'm saying? Doing like more like photo shoots and stuff like that, and then just really just being in people's lives more, being active, talking to people. Like that's just something that I'm proud of. And then this year I just want to create more like memories and shit with people. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want it to be a thing where like, you know, people not around, you know, you go back and you're like, damn, like, how much memories do we really have? Because those are really that's really like your existence. People remember you by, that's your legacy. So it's like just to create more of those and just leave like an imprint really. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I've learned.
I love to hear it, yeah, for real, for real. I could see like being your friend for at least 4 years, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy how we've changed.
Just saying.
Right. Get it right. Whatever. But, like just seeing how like we've changed, you know what I'm saying, in terms of how we handle situations or how we carry ourselves. And if you know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the beauty of it. Like, when you walk with people along the way, you could actually see them change. You know what I'm saying? Boobie's more assertive, you know what I'm saying? I mean, Boobie be like, Boobie chilling, you know what I mean? Now Boobie like, nah.
Yeah, like.
And he'll still have like that joke. He'll still have that joke vibe, like, no, but nah, seriously.
Like, Boobie before, like, Boobie would go out his way no matter what. He still would. But, like, it was never like, it was. Now he's more like a little more, and I'm happy though. Like he's a little more selfish in what he do. He's like, nah, I gotta do X, Y, and Z, or nah, I can't. I gotta, you know what I mean? And it's like hearing that, it'd be like, okay, yeah. Because before Boobie like, yeah, no problem, I do it. Yeah, nah, no problem, I do it. Now he be like, nah, I gotta go sleep. He like, nah, I gotta get rest.
And but that's going back to what I was talking about. Like I would just say yes to everything just because, like,
just because.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Like that's kind of how
I'm here with you. I'm here with you.
Yeah.
I'm saying, but sometimes being so don't be mad at yourself or don't feel bad because you gotta be selfish.
You got to. On my phone.
You have to. You know what I'm saying? Because it keeps you. You know what I mean? You spread yourself so thin, and then like at that point, people be like, "Yo, what happened?" Like they gonna expect a lot of you out of like 1 week, and it's like, bro, that week took me out. I can't do it again.
Yeah. It's like when they get used to knowing that that's just how you are, they keep taking advantage of it because like you're always gonna be the go-to. I know he gonna do it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And sometimes it's not like purposely taking advantage because you can't really like paint a lot of other people in that light.
No, I'm not saying in a negative way. I'm just saying, but they know that I could count on this person always.
On the subconscious level, they're like, they're not mean about it, but they're like, yo, like I know Boobie could do it, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause he's always there, you know what I'm saying? Or like he's always the ear or the shoulder or the person I could, you know what I'm saying? Which is fine. Relying on somebody's a beautiful thing.
That's a compliment.
But you know, also at the same time, I think sometimes we have to be mindful of like, yo, just also think about how many times you keep asking on that person. Like, did you check in on that person? Like, you good? Are you straight? What's going on? You know what I mean? Then work all that. But say the least, I really am, just to bring it all back, I'm really proud of us for real. Yeah. But we came here today because, you know what I'm saying, we got some stuff to talk about, you know what I mean? To
also, too, shout out to What the Fuck Media? Yeah. What the Fuck Media Studios. They set up fire. Nah, because I want to make sure I got the proper. You know, I ain't want to put a word in front of a word. I want to say WTF. You know what I'm saying? Studios, they set up as fire. Like
yo, word, man. So, you know what I'm saying? Yo, book here. For real. Put money on Black Dollar, baby. For real. That's what we about.
It's our new location.
For don't take our location and don't be. I would like to say I'm slightly a gatekeeping motherfucker.
You know what I mean?
Don't tree shout the spot. You know what I'm saying? No, I mean, hold up, tree shout the spot. You know, Black Dollar. Yeah. But don't tree shout the spot.
As long as it don't hinder what we do.
Like if we book next time and I see the times are open, I'm gonna be tight because I know I did that. You know what I'm saying? I know
I'll be happy. You know what I'm saying? But
like, nah, I ain't gonna be happy because we gotta wait now. But we do got some stuff to talk about. So I want to get into it. We asked some questions on Instagram. We got some replies back. So there were two things we wanted to get into. I would say, and it kind of is a conjunction and like actually over summary of like what we talked about within ourselves, but as men specifically, and basically like our role in society, and also our role when it comes to who we are, who we feel we are, and how it's overall how the role of a man has changed. So I'll try to like structure it down so we can break it piece by piece. What is the role of a man in general? Like, you know what I'm saying? Not to you yet, but just in general.
Overall, I would say providing. Like, I think that's like the main thing of what they say for a man has to do, and that's in any aspect for like a household and everything like that. But I feel like over time it's starting to change, kind of. At least somewhat to some people, it's starting to change. I feel like it's something that's definitely good. You know, as a man, it feels good even to, you know, hold down the house or hold down your friends, your homies, in any type of aspect. But I feel like sometimes, like, to be the provider is a big task. And, like, us, I mean, we're young, but, like, we're not that young. But, like,
We getting there.
yeah.
Yo, we get
My knee's about 45.
But, yeah, going over that, like, we're young, you know? So sometimes, like, I don't know, like, we're not all the way at where we need to be, but I feel like sometimes, like, it's expected for us to be
To step into that placement.
to already be there, and it's like, damn, like, all right, I guess, you know.
Because you normally look at to have your shit together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't really slack.
I'll go. That feels weird because I just like. I would say, yeah, I would agree with Boobie. It's like a role of a provider in a whole. You know what I'm saying? Like living with my sister has shown me, at least this past couple of months, like she tries to like. I've always done man stuff around the house because I was the only other man in the house. But then like being on top of those things, you know what I'm saying, and chipping in on a different level. Like at first when I came back from college, I was like, all right, you know, I'm your sibling, you know what I'm saying. So I treated it the same way. But then I forget, like, it dawned on me probably like the last 4 months. I was like, nah, but I'm like a man of the house too. So like, when things go wrong, she not gonna look at me, but she gonna look at me like, bro, what we doing? You know. Yeah. So I would say like pitching in when it comes to groceries, simple stuff. You know, bills always gonna be bills. You know what I'm saying? But like that, even that emotional support, like that presence in the household too is important. You know what I mean? So like and other things like taking out the garbage, you know, switching things out, like helping around the house, like not only just like financially, but just other things as well. You know what I mean? So
It's a loaded question. What is a man? I feel like generally, like y'all two touched on provider role. I feel like the word provider gets perverted in a way, and we're kind of conditioned to think that
you're real colorful today with your words, my brother.
Don't act like you haven't been around.
You know what I'm saying? Use SAT words, obligation.
What he said, almond joy?
What
was it? Almondon? Nah, what was it? Yo, Armadillo something? What was it?
Bro, stop, bro.
So the role of a man.
All right, whatever.
But, yeah. So we kind of been conditioned in a way, myself included, because like I struggled with that for a long time, that providing means like the only way you provide is financially.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's only part of it. So I feel like in the role of a provider, you're providing some type of security. Doesn't have to be just financially. It could be like physically, like
Your presence.
like your brother, like you just said, your brother.
Presence.
I have
He's just teleprompter.
Nah, I said presence.
I have a couple of brothers. This is one that like I actually like grew up with, like in the same household. He's 7 years older than me. For the most part, I've always been able to look at him, and he's always been strong, like physically strong, I mean. So as far as like working out, doing martial arts, kickboxing, do all that stuff, I've always been able to look at him like, and I'm not always in the best shape, but I can always like look to him if I have questions about certain things. There's always stuff like that. I know if we walking down the street, I don't even got to worry about nothing, something pop off, because I know I can handle myself, but I know damn well he can handle both of us. Things like that. also providing like knowledge. My stepfather been around since I was like 4, even before like he actually married my mother. He been around as far as like knowledge, wisdom, crazily. Like I don't talk to my mom about too many topics, especially like when I was away at school. If I really need to speak about something, it was always my stepfather. So like anybody talks about like, oh, being around me to get like an older brother feel or like wisdom or you might learn something. Majority of the lessons that I try to like walk with and project outward around me is all from him. As far as what I see a man should be as far as his role, I feel like it's a lot of the little things. Everybody says the little things that matter. So you can ask majority of my friends that are women. If I go over to your house, I'm gonna find something to do. As far as it could be as small as washing dishes that's in the sink if for some reason there are dishes there, or like if I came over to eat, I'm not gonna just eat the garbage. Majority of the time, if I'm leaving, the garbage is coming out with me.
Yeah.
I always see that as something like taking out the garbage is not something a woman should do. Not that she can't do it, but I feel like it's one of those.
So those things that's added to.
Yeah, it's grimy. It's the dirty work kind of. It's like even like jobs that I've worked at, taking out the garbage, I don't like when I see a woman doing it, even though like it's part of responsibilities, like.
But she don't have to do that.
Yeah.
Like if I'm here, you don't got to do that.
Carrying the boxes out, stuff like that.
Yeah, word. I'm saying that's word, bro.
Yeah, you know.
I hear you, bro.
It took every goddamn thing.
I'm saying like that. I use the real Bobby. You know what I'm saying?
Right, I can't even. What the fuck I'm gonna say? I guess it's gonna be.
They coming to see us.
You can put emphasis.
I mean, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying, to piggyback off basically what everybody said, I think also, too, it's also perspective, because some people feel like a man could be different, you know what I'm saying, but I agree, you know what I'm saying, with what y'all said as far as, like, especially what you said, like, providing. A lot of people think it's more so money, you know what I'm saying, how much, the more money I have is the more man I am, you know what I'm saying, but that's not necessarily the case. If, like, your woman cannot look at you as such. You know what I'm saying? Just because you have money, yeah, that means, yeah, you're financially stable, but in other aspects, you could lack in everything.
Everything else.
You know what I'm saying? She don't feel safe around you. You know what I'm saying? You don't, like when you're in the house, your kids is going to her instead of you. You know what I'm saying? Because they feel like mommy is the strength for everything. And granted, the woman is the strength for the household, but
Talk about it.
like a man, it's like you said, security, safety, you know, knowledge. And also too, I feel like also because we got some weird things going on, especially like with social media nowadays. You got like this alpha male thing, like everybody trying to preach that. Like you had the dudes on the Britney Renner. I'm not gonna.
Yo, TikTok go crazy.
Like I'm saying, like you had the dudes like, you know, basically talking crazy about a woman, like staring at a woman. Like that's not talking, because they trying to make themselves to feel more of a man. It's like that's not man shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you can handle things totally different. You know what I'm saying? Like. Go ahead.
You done? I don't.
No, you can go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? It's just a point you said, like in all the culmination, basically what we just said, the provider is on all fronts as a man. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just that I guess in time and you know what I mean, it has only been fixated on the financial, you know, perspective. At least pushed by image.
And I think also too with that, that's a reason why you have a lot of people now. These people trying to like project this alpha male thing, because now since the women, like the role of women has increased, they're starting to feel like it's a challenge on their manhood. Because it's like if she making money now, you know what I'm saying, does that make, like for example, I know some people talk like the stay home dad shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, listen, baby, I don't know where you are. If you make 6 or 7,
you know what I'm saying? But if your woman making money, it's like that's not a knock on you if she making money. It's just the fact that we're not in the 60s no more where she couldn't really get a job or provide for the household.
Right.
She may have her own LLC now, you know what I'm saying? But you could still be like the man, like be a man to her. You don't have to necessarily give her money, but you can provide so much other structure for her in life that makes you make you her man. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like some people harp on the money aspect so much that it's like if she making her bread, they feel like that's a challenge to them. Like if my woman make more than me off her business, it's like, oh damn, that means I'm less of a man. It's like, nah, if I'm making $1 million and she's making 1.2, I mean, there's a lot of money going around. You know what I'm saying? But it shouldn't necessarily be an attack on you. You know what I'm saying? Because you can provide in so much other ways. Like I said, structure.
But still have money though.
Right, still have. Yeah. Don't get it twisted. Don't
Word, keep
get
some money in pocket.
Listen, don't think you walk around $1. You a man. Nah, I'm just saying.
How you
I'm
just
just
gonna
saying.
take
though.
away from man?
I'm
You
just
know what he
saying.
going
I'm
through.
just saying.
I feel
me?
you now. I feel
You know what I'm
you.
saying? You still got to provide in that area too. But I'm just saying that shouldn't be like your calling card of what makes you a man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, so pretty much that's really it. Like I remember Shawty the other day, she told me, she was like, structure is like the thing that she really needs. You know what I'm saying? Because like providing all that stuff is not a problem. You know what I'm saying? You could do doing for her is not a problem, but she was like, structure is really what she like really want. And I was like, hey, cool, it's no problem. You can provide that for her. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's different. They may not need, like, for example, if she don't need money from you, what else can you provide her?
Word.
You know what I'm saying? I know some people, they felt like,
Yeah.
right, some people just want like a sense of security, safety. You know, when they're around you, they just feel like
They can relax.
they can relax. You know what I mean? They're away from, all the pains or trouble shit that go on in their life on a daily. When they with you, that's just gone. Like you erase that. You know what I'm saying? So just being able to provide in different ways, you know what I'm saying? That's I say.
That's crazy. Anybody got something to say?
Just like a follow-up question. What kind of man do you want to be, or what kind of man do you see yourself being? How close are you to that?
Shit.
I would say now, since in this past year, just like experiencing like all the things that's happened in 2021, 2020, and realizing like where I was as a man. I don't even call it a man. I call it a boy. Real talk. Sorry. I know I want to be the man my dad wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Not a shot at him. It's not a shot at him at all. Please don't be like, oh damn, well you don't got a dad. Nah, like there were things I realized that my father, like the roles, like the provider, in the sense of like all the fronts that he didn't fill in. You know what I'm saying? And like, actually, Dom, you actually helped me realize this when we was talking about relationships and marriage. Like, just because you ain't see it doesn't mean you can't do it. You know what I mean? Like, just because you ain't have no example doesn't mean you can't be the example. You know, so for me, it was just like, well, I want to be provided. My dad was our financial provider. Like, I tell you right now, it's all agreed on in the immediate family. Like, he was just giving us bread. But my mom was the breadwinner, but whatever he had, he just give out. You know what I mean? But I think for me, it's like, I want to be a man where, like, one, people could rely on me, and I already know people can do that. You know what I'm saying? But more so, like, being there for you in the structured sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm realizing now, a man for me is a man who leads. You know, in all aspects. So like, even with your lady, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, baby, we're gonna do this. You know what I'm saying? Not suggesting things, not like putting things in a passive way, and not necessarily taking the options from her either, but definitely being like, yo, we're gonna do this, we're gonna handle it. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Because women look to some of us to lead in that regard. You know what I mean? Like, the go with the flow only goes so far, so much. So just being the man overall, like, that
A
my
woman
dad
will be submissive
wasn't.
to you if she feel like you worth submitting to.
And that's another thing. You know what I'm saying? If you're not leading,
Yeah.
you know, like, say you got a dominant woman, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? In the sense of like, or how, people try to twist it, a masculine or whatever. You know?
Cause like even to that, right? Like
Go ahead, please.
I just
Nah,
like
go
to
ahead.
that. Like,
I hate talking.
Just what I said. I'm just saying. Now, like, I've been with, like, people like, oh, like, she's hard to deal with, or whatever the case may be, and it'll be like, really? You get with a person that's like, she hard to deal with. You sure? Cause she cool with me. You know what I'm saying? It's like you just wasn't that guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying like I am or like, but it's like sometimes you just not the person for that person. But like a woman to look to you, and if she feel confident, you're like, okay, he got me. She'll submit to you, no problem. She'll let you lead, like, because sometimes it may be too tiring for her too. And naturally, we're built to lead. You know what I'm saying? I'm not into like a misogynistic way, but like, you know what I mean? Like, we're normally looked to lead. So it's like, there's no problem. And women to tell you that. Like, I want my man to be the one that's leading us. I don't want to feel like I'm the one that got to take charge of everything. Like, they'll say that. So, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, it's no problem in saying like, yo, it's not about taking our options away. But it's just that
Providing the options. And
like when you're like that, not to say it like that, but when you're like that guy, like, she's gonna look to you anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's for you to make the decision. So,
But what kind of man do you want to be though?
huh?
What kind of man do you want?
Oh, me?
He asked the question, my brother.
Damn. Well, it's not hard. I mean, one, like you said, in the sense of just being there, especially like when kids and stuff get involved. Like obviously we know me growing up, that was an area I lacked like a lot. As far as like the male presence. So like just being there in that aspect, so my kids never have to go through. Because there is something for a man to be in the house. Like, yeah, single moms can help raise a kid and all that stuff, but as that child, him or her, they still lack that male presence. Like it still helps. It goes a long way. You know what I mean? So that's something I always wanted to be there, immediately there for my children. You know what I'm saying? And then as far as like my woman, just like I said, just leading her again in all aspects. Her to know like, okay, my man got it, whether it's financially or whatever the case may be, he gonna take care of it. Like she can thoroughly sit back and say that. You know what I'm saying? I want my woman to be like, my man, people to death.
Yo,
my man got it.
Word. He mad at no
He gon'
one
handle
else.
it.
Jobs, I don't need this.
You know what I'm saying? Like I want her to feel that way. I want her to feel like just that confidence in me. You know what I'm saying? To just take on everything. And I just always want to be just in general, not just a relationship, just a guy that everybody can count on. You know what I'm saying? Like it's no real stain on his jacket. Like I can go to him for anything. He gonna hold it down. Like he's dependable. He take care of everything. He about his business basically. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I just always want to be looked at. So.
Damn, because it's just like y'all set great examples of what y'all said. So I'm just like, I want to be that man too. But I mean, it's like kind of piggybacking off of what y'all talking about. But it's like making sure you're just there for your children as well too. I feel like that's very important, especially because it's just like, like. I can't even say that. When it comes to like,
he might say some shit.
But nah, like when it comes to like with kids, it's just like, all right, with kids, I feel like it's very important, just to help them to help lay foundation in their life. Like one thing I realized, even with myself, like I grew up in a 2-parent household. It was great. I'm not gonna sit there and act like it was both my parents together, but I do consider my stepfather as my father. Now, going off of that, like, although like he was there like my father, there's still that like bit of resentment, like, damn, like my dad really wasn't there, like, and I started sitting there thinking about that sometimes, the dude that brought me here, along with my mom or whatever, is not there. But I feel like that's very important, only because it's just like, you don't really know what a child is going through, Yeah. Like they're fresh out in this earth, just living off vibes, whatever's going around, whatever's right there with them. And I feel like that's very important to make sure you're there for your children, But also too, like leadership with women and, for the family, for the household, I should say, or being the provider, protector, safety, all that is very important. I just feel like being there for your children is important as well. But
you already touched on like being a man as it relates to a woman, so I'm not gonna harp too much on that. Throughout my life, I've always you kind of equate the most positive qualities of being a man, and they always relate and tie into being a father. Mm-hmm. So in that, one of the main things I want to be as a man, as a father, is observant. I always felt like I've always had a pretty good like spirit of discernment, like knowing right from wrong. Stop. We're not gonna do this. Knowing right from wrong, making good decisions, knowing what's a good decision. That foresight. I would like the skills of observation as far as like knowing what my kid is going through, seeing what my kid is going through, without necessarily having to have that conversation with them all the time. Because like as a kid, how many times were you actually able to like verbalize what's going on, like truly? So it's things like that, communication, that's pretty big. I feel like that's a general statement for like something, a skill that everyone should have, man and woman. But I feel like as a man, I want to be someone that can display that in all fronts across all my relationships. I said the providing thing. Clearly, you want to be somebody that has your own, that can take care of others. As I've gotten older, I've started to realize it's not just me up here. Not to sound crazy or anything, but it's like, it's always that voice in the back of my head, like, the childhood version of you. So you're not only dealing with expectations of those around you, you're dealing with expectations of yourself. It's things that I expected of myself when I was younger. You know that, like, I was dumb as hell when I was younger. I thought I was going to be married with kids by 27.
When you was younger?
Stop it. You feel me? You know, when you're young, you don't really know what's to come. But you just see a certain age, it's like, yo, I'm going to be married.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was saying when I'm like 25, I'm gonna be
That's
settled
what I'm
down
saying.
24.
Y'all niggas just talk.
Ain't nowhere
crazy,
near.
Period.
I'll be 28 in a
Ain't
couple
no-
months.
Word.
Ain't no rings, nothing.
Word. Chilling, man.
Because that's like how you thought you visioned it. Like shit, I thought in 2022 we'd be in flying cars and shit. You know what I'm saying? When I was there.
I mean,
I want
you
a
do.
hoverboard. I ain't gonna lie to you. Wants me.
Should be tough.
But yeah, expectations have always been like a kind of weird thing for me because when somebody told me something a while back, and it's never be good at something you don't want to do.
Oh damn.
Yo, what's going on with you today,
I
yo?
don't like him. I don't
Because
like
that
talking
means
This ain't Leon.
he talking different. He read
are you
last
right
night.
now? No.
He read a book.
all right, relax.
He read a book
Relax.
last night.
Before you was LeBron reading the same chapter of Malcolm X autobiography. Now you reading James Baldwin. You got bell hooks underneath your belt. What's going on?
Anyway, that's trying to sidetrack me. Yeah, never be good at anything you don't want to do because all that's going to do is invite expectations. So if you don't know how to change a tire and you don't want people coming to you to change a tire, don't learn how to change a tire. Because once you do that, now people think, oh, this thing can change tires. He could probably rotate my shits, change oil, check the engine. I'm going to start hitting Leon up for everything. It's not the case. So for a while, I want to say, holding back on a lot of stuff that I can do, a lot of qualities that I feel like I already had because I didn't like expectations. And because there's always that disappointment in yourself and the disappointment you get from others when you don't live up to expectations. So
Yeah.
one of the things that I want to be as a man is not only just live up to expectations of myself, live up to the expectations that I invite.
All right, boom, right? So piggyback off that, what would y'all tell y'all 16-year-old self?
16 or 60?
16. Now, what nigga?
Hey, man, you know what I'm saying?
What
So
would
in a
y'all
couple
tell-
years, it's going to be
it-
this thing called Bitcoin.
What would y'all tell y'all 16-year-old self going off of that then?
Tell myself, yo, the OnlyFans is going to come out. Yo, rack up.
What?
Not fucking-
You know what? You be like,
I'm playing.
Next
I'm
question.
Playing, I'm playing.
What would I tell?
Maybe.
Bro, I would say focus on yourself straight up. Like, in all aspects, bro. Like, figure out what you want in life and achieve that. Straight up. Like, don't waste time doing things you don't want to do. If you got to sit there and think about it too much, go ahead and think about it. But if you don't want to do it, don't do it. Straight up like that.
To 6-year-old me,
16.
16,
I said 6.
number one,
I was
number one,
no.
humble yourself. You are not as intelligent as you think you are. That's one.
Damn.
In that same
Mad
vein,
aggressive.
as intelligent as you are, that's not going to take you to places where you need to go. Because everyone around you that you think you're smarter than,
Nigga, bro.
I'm telling you, bro, he not like this outside. I'm telling you right now, he not
He
like
acting
this.
funny.
He not like this. man.
Hell no.
all the people that around you that you feel like you are more intelligent than, that might be true. That might be the case. But at the end of the day, if you don't work hard, that's not going to mean anything. That's one. To 16-year-old me, stretch. Stretch.
Brother. Yo, for all my people that go outside, but all people go to the gym, stretch.
Nah, shit.
If your lower back hurts, probably because you ain't stretching. Stretch.
I'm telling you, when you hit a certain age, you're going to thank yourself. Be kind to yourself. Speak kindly to yourself.
Talk about it.
Yeah.
The expectations of the world, they might exist, but at the end, and the expectations that you have for yourself, they exist. But if you don't do good on this one test, you will live. The world will still exist tomorrow. The sun will shine. Your mom will be all right.
What's up? Dom?
16-year-old me, about two things. I'm not gonna make it long-winded. One, I would say surround yourself with people who going somewhere. You know what I'm saying? I think that's important. You know, a lot of times, sometimes you surround yourself, and you know, when you're younger, you don't necessarily understand that. You just put yourself around people who you think good vibes,
You vibe with.
which is cool. But sometimes those people ain't really going nowhere, and when they not going nowhere, you gonna slack off too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, when you put yourself around, like, for example, being around y'all is, like, motivating. Because it's like, if I see Nate on his shit, I see Boobie on his shit, I see Leon on his shit, it's like, I can't be the friend now that's sitting back just chilling. And I think sometimes people put themselves in certain situations around people where they're not going to necessarily be able to grow because the other friends ain't doing shit either. So it's like, if they ain't doing nothing, they ain't going to never motivate you to do shit because they ain't got no vision of going nowhere. They complacent wherever they at. You know what I'm saying? And that's important. You know what I'm saying? So I would say definitely that. Like, to me, that's something I would tell myself because I would have never gotten to certain friend groups when I was younger.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying? Because granted, it was vibes. You know what I'm saying? We got into a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know. But,
You know.
but at the same time,
Don't incriminate yourself.
but it's on record. But at the same time, and although I've learned from those friendships, also at the same time, I wasted a lot of time in those. You know what I'm saying? I could have just positioned myself better because I didn't. Yeah, it was good memory stuff, but I didn't learn anything. I look back, I didn't learn anything from anybody. And where those people are now, they ain't really nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So that's one. And then two, I would say just be patient. You know, especially when you're at a young age, you start trying to expect so much. Like you expect to get the whole world, and it's granted, it's not like you're wrong, but you understand it's a journey. Like every day, you gotta appreciate the little things, the marginal steps that you take to get to where you ultimately want to go. You know what I mean? You can't, like, for example, if I start learning real estate, I can't expect to make $5 million this year. I may only make 20,000 or 30,000, but that's fine. You know what I'm saying? But just keep building off of that. I think I used to get impatient very quick, and even sometimes with friends, I would get impatient very quick. Friends, relationships, whatever. I would get shut up. I would get impatient quick, and I would just leave those things alone. And it's a lot of skills or just friends that I've learned that I left alone. I left alone probably a little too quick because I was just always looking big picture. I wasn't taking the everyday step and appreciating those things. So now I think I've learned to appreciate day by day, like the growth that way. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'll tell them.
That's fine.
Wavy.
It's a bit of a culmination of what everybody said. For first would be kind to yourself. For me, I'm an overthinker and I have a bad self-sabotage problem, or used to, I should say. I'm better at it now, but I used to have a bad self-sabotage with anything, relationships, myself. So just be kind to yourself. Be mindful. Second thing would probably be the same thing as you done. Be around people. Not say my friends were bad at that time. They were cool people. Because, you know, we all had a same goal in mind. But also, you also got to see people's actions speak more than their words. You know what I'm saying? So behaviors, you know what I mean? How do they move? You know what I'm saying? Like, when you're serious about something, you got to see how serious someone is. You know what I mean? Like, so just knowing how to, like, separate yourself at a certain point. You know, you don't gotta like stop being cool with them, but just knowing like, all right, my time is up here for today or right now. And lastly, trust yourself. You know what I mean? Like, I've been doing music since I was 16, 17. You know what I mean? It's now that I've started putting out there in the past year, and like hearing like Dom's first, you know what I'm saying? Like hearing my first single, like Precious, he was like, let's go crazy. Now I'm thinking you're lying. Yeah. But like trust yourself, you know what I mean? Something sounds good, it sounds good, you know what I mean? Like, and also I trust the people around you. Trust certain people around you. The real ones always gonna stay, and they're gonna keep you accountable because they're gonna tell you about your BS. And when they do, listen, listen. But those are probably the three things I tell myself at 16, man.
And then just bounce with that, right? To wrap this thing up, right? Well, because you're going into the content you talking about, like as far as creating content. So, what was the question? I forgot. Somebody asked it. It was
so it was
the passion.
Is your passion still your passion if you falling out of love with it, kind of like how we were talking about when we started doing the podcast. Like,
Yeah, feel like a job.
it started feeling like a job. Like, all right, yo, we gotta do this. It stopped being fun. You know what I mean? Is
Now,
it
do y'all
still
think
your
that-
passion? In a sense? Do you still have that love for it? Like,
I feel like it depends on what it is. You know, like, for example, if you're doing something where like it somewhat depends on like the outside audience, then that's when it kind of like starts to feel like work. Because now you got to focus on, all right, I got to make sure I do things for social media. I got to make
Right.
sure I'm always engaged with people. I got to make sure I'm doing this, doing all that.
What's
Mind you-
trending right now?
Yeah, you got to find out all that other extra stuff. But it's just like, at the same time though, if you're really still passionate about it, that doesn't matter. So it's like, it really just, I feel like it depends on what it is, really. Like, if you're doing something that's directly targeted towards other people and like getting out there, then like, all right, you could lose it, but
sure.
yeah.
Basically what's been said already. Like when something starts to feel like a job, if your joy doesn't outweigh whatever negativity comes with it, then you're probably not going to keep it going. I know I've always had this problem with sticking with things. I've done everything under the sun since I've been younger.
Feel that.
I've played how many different sports, I've drawn, I've made beats, like I've done so much. And it always gets to a point where like it's starting to bore me or I don't like it anymore, and that's always happened quick and I just end up dropping shit. So it happened a lot with basketball. People ask me, oh, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? Whatever. Like, there comes a point in time where you have to be honest with yourself. And I'm not where I want to be. I'm not where people think I should be with this because I don't love it as much as you do. I don't love it as much as you, like the person next to me. Man, as simple as that. Recently, the modeling stuff, it's always been present around me because my cousin did it for a while back in high school. He's still with it now. My brother was scouted a minute ago, things like that. I fell into it kind of after school, and I liked it. I ran with it. I liked it a lot. Then when the pandemic hit, it's kind of like I kind of had to move more into like, okay, I want to self-shoot. I want to do this, that, and third. I got all the equipment for it. I've opened that bag maybe like twice because my love for it isn't in that. My love for it, my joy for it isn't like other things pertaining to it. Like I don't want to sit down and set up a whole bunch of cameras and like click at myself. That's not something I want to do. But as far as like modeling, I'm transitioning and getting back into it. Setting up shoots, working on like different ideas that I have in my head. I have my little notebook, stuff like I want to do. I already talking to Nate about some of that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, I would just, for me it's not like once the passion once it starts feeling like work, because I don't like working, so be real, I don't like working. So if I'm ever starting to do stuff and it's starting to feel like I'm working, hell nah. You know what I'm saying? That to me, because now I've lost it. I've lost the passion. Like you said, the joy has to outweigh the work. You know what I'm saying? And it's like when you just doing shit off of just pure like, okay, I love this, then it's whatever. Like it's not a job. But whenever you start like begrudgingly waking up to do some shit, and granted there may be days like naturally because your body just tired, you may, like, okay, I don't really feel like doing it today. But when that's like a consistent, then nah, it's lost its luster. Nah.
I feel the same. Let me keep it short, real short. If you create anything, do it out of love. Always. Don't do it because the pressure is of, yo, it's trending, I gotta hop on that. Don't do it because, you know what I'm saying, like, you've been quiet for so long. If you're gonna do it, you're just gonna do it. It's gonna be part of you. It's your everyday thing, you know what I'm saying? I make music every day, I write every day. Boobie be looking at camera stuff every day. Don be looking at this man after class would call me and be like, yo, so let me I don't want to hear that because I don't know what you're talking about. You know what I'm I'm gonna listen though, because I know you happy about this.
Share your joy with
But you know what I'm saying? But I'm listening, you know what I mean? But let me tell you something. Those things went like, whew, just going, you know what I mean? But like, you gotta do those things every day because it's a part of you. So if you love to create, if you identify as an artist in whatever regard, it's gonna be part of you every day. So just do it out of love. Don't worry about the constraints. Don't worry about social media. Just do it.
Yeah.
And boom, right, this is my last one. So I just want to say this too, because I just thought about this when I was talking about what I told my 60-year-old self.
Yeah.
And this was some shit. I don't know how I let this go over my head. This actually was the first one I was going to say for this flew over. I would
Pressure's
tell
on
myself, huh?
Pressure on being camera.
Word.
Don't get into certain relationships,
Ooh.
whether friendships
Ooh.
or intimate. Not everybody you necessarily have to get close with.
Yeah.
But also, too, some people you got to protect from getting close to you. Like, I learned that when I growing up, when, like, because you know there's a saying, hurt people hurt people.
Yeah.
And I wasn't ready for certain friendships, like almost did it with y'all. Luckily, y'all had the foresight to be like, nah, nigga, we gonna stick through with this.
You ain't going nowhere till I'm
You know what I'm
done with
saying?
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, that abandon shit,
Luckily-
I abandon you, don't abandon me.
Luckily, you're gonna have some people like that. But there was a lot of people, like, I think in my time, and even sometimes, like, even last year, I would say too, that like I should have known, I should have never I should have not got close with that person because maybe they just wasn't ready for me. Or it's people in my life that I felt like they got with me and I left them where they was pure before they got with me. And then they got with me and I took the motherfuckers through a roller coaster just because I never was ready for them. So now when I could have possibly had a good person as a friend now, just as a friend, and like even if it was in a relationship we just didn't work, I got with those people and I did so much damage to them that I could never even probably say hi to them again. And it's like that's certain things that probably still might haunt me to this day, because it's like I could have avoided that. And I think sometimes we might necessarily know, like selfishly we know like I might not be ready for this person, or right. Or sometimes you could look at it in other way, like I may be trying to fix this person. I'm gonna try to fix him. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, some people just necessarily want to fix people. Because as a human, you're nice.
Nature, yeah.
When you know damn well something you had to tell you, don't do it. And for me, a lot of times I heard that voice, and it could have been a woman I may have like, you know, about to get with. And in my mind, I'm like, nah, Dom, leave that girl alone. And I still got with him. And ever since then, like, I can't even talk to them people this day no more, right? Like, they see you walk past, and it's like you did so much damage that you hurt them. So that's something that I would definitely tell my 60-year-old self, like, bro, don't leave it alone, bro.
I'm with him on that one.
You know, red flags for 6
400%.
Yeah.
400%
Because,
behind that.
yeah, it's got to hurt people out here hurting people, and that's something I should have told myself. I wish I told myself. So.
Heal. This is my last point. Heal. You know what I'm saying? It sounds corny. It sounds cliche. What the fuck is that? You'll find it as you go. Heal. You know what I'm saying? Take time to refine yourself. Listen to your inner child. Find the things you used to do as a kid that you love, that you lost along the way because of life. You know what I'm saying? Just because at the end of the day, love is always around. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, he got into situations. I've gotten into situations, relationships with people that didn't bear no fruit. So just heal, bro. And it'll all come eventually. Put it out in the universe.
Facts.
Hey, man.
What you said.
Hey, man, it's good to be back, y'all boys.
Hold on, let me touch on something real quick before we close out.
One
last thing.
You said too many big words. Say another big word, and I'm coming across the
That's the
desk.
crazy part. That's the crazy part. It has to do with words.
That's a
See what I'm saying? What the fuck about? What is this?
Listen, calm down real quick. A lot of times, you know, you hear a lot of hot button words, heal, self-care, toxic, and stuff like that. We got to learn to actually understand what those things mean and understand what it means to ourselves. Quick example, the word technology. We spoke about that yesterday.
Yo, he put me on, right? Say it. Yo, did y'all know technology isn't necessarily computer related?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So it's just-
Nah.
it's just-
Thank you.
I was speaking to him about technology. I'm saying, like, we've always had technology. It's just people nowadays, like, confuse it with electronics.
Yeah.
Technology is not just electronics. It's literally just advancements or like manipulation of the world around you. So
I did not know that. When
in
you
that
look it
same
up, they
vein-
say that.
in that same vein, like, learn what these words mean, learn what these phrases mean, so you understand what it means to you, what it means to other people. Because I'm a person that I've always been specific with my wording with stuff. So it's just like words hold a lot of weight with me. Learn what those words mean. Learn what heal means. Learn what technology means. Learn what self-care
First of all,
means.
don't
Learn
do that. I
expectation
knew what it
means.
meant. I just
I
didn't
feel
know
like-
the
I feel like
original
I'm not
definition.
targeting you.
But
I'm
you
not
didn't
targeting
know
you.
it.
But I'm just
I know what it
saying.
means.
No. I knew what it meant.
I took.
If you say technology, now somebody gonna pass you a computer. But
what
back
you gonna
then,
pass
me? What you gonna
back
pass
then,
me?
Yo, pass me the
What are you gonna
technology.
pass me?
I'm passing you my phone or
This is
something,
tech-
or a computer or
See,
something.
see?
But
Inventions of
back
any-
then,
This
though,
is
he's talking about
technology.
like
Levels and
1960s and shit.
Yeah.
But no, my bad. In like Vikings and all that.
Like, yeah.
Because I was watching the show Vikings, and you know what I'm saying, not to go off script, but like you know what I'm saying, like I watched the show Vikings, and I was like, yo, they survived crazy back then. How they get shit around? They push it on pigeons and shit, and they carry a letter. Like how the pigeon even know how to do that?
Technology.
But that's a form of technology.
That
I
is a
know
form of technology.
that. That's a bird.
That's a text message. That's a text message.
You right.
That's a text
I'm
message.
saying. I ain't gonna I'm gonna do that one day.
My thing is, how does the
Who
bird
the
know
hell?
where to
First
go?
off, don't send no pigeon to my house, dog.
I ain't send it to you. I ain't gonna send you no love letter with a pigeon.
Oh, you sending a love letter? Who you sending a love letter
Don't
to?
worry about that. Don't
You
worry
sending
about
a love letter because I was thinking of a love letter.
Don't worry about that,
Nah,
sweetheart.
but yo, man, it's great to be back. It's great to
Yeah,
be here with my
sure.
friends, my brothers, and also in a space that promotes black ideas, black technology.
Yes,
This
sir.
is
You know
dope.
what I'm saying?
Nah, this is really dope though.
You
Like,
know what I
nah,
mean?
for
Shout
real,
outs to
fact.
WTF Studios,
good
What the
side.
Fuck Studios, you know what I'm saying? Holla at them. Do not treat out the spot.
Yeah, please.
But definitely book here if you do have your own podcast or you just want to shoot something.
2022.
You know what I mean? 2022 is your year.
Yes.
Be consistent.
Yes.
Be disciplined. You know what I'm saying? Also, don't burn yourself out. We'll be back again. If you have any ideas for any other topics, DM us. I'll be happy to take them or any ideas. If you want to be a guest, I don't know. We'll discuss that. But
Nah, we could do that.
no, we'll take that. But still, we'll discuss that.
Hit up
But,
the page. Hit up any of us individually. Also, shameless plug. Got this hoodie last week. I love it. Made by somebody close to me, my stepbrother. He had a whole brand. It's called Amore. Instagram page amore.co. Go online, Google it, whatever.
You shining shit up.
Based out of Atlanta.
Fucking. Nah.
I'm done. That's why.
You right.
Now
My
your
fault.
turn.
My fault.
Go ahead.
But not.
Kind of ruined the momentum now. I'm sorry. Nah. This is my boy's joint.
Right.
it's-
That's Raymond's, right?
Yeah, my boy Raymond. Shout out to you, my boy. You know what I'm saying? If it stands for only we know, you know what I'm saying? OWKN. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, word. Holla at him. He got dope stuff, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Oh, and holla at my girl, Soul Ties.
Yeah,
know what I'm
Aretha.
saying?
Aretha.
Got dope stuff too.
Aretha.
That's right. Flick that crystal. One time.
Hey.
Don't do that no more.
Yeah, anything shout
Oh, I
out?
thought. I mean, shit.
I mean, I got this.
Don't shout out no.
Like,
Yeah, man.
But yeah, man. Don, you got anybody shout out? Any businesses on stuff you got going on?
At the moment, nah. I mean, shout out to my boy Josh. I see you doing big things in your real estate shit too.
Yes,
Black-owned
sir.
realtor.
Oh, yes,
yeah.
sir.
So definitely shout out to him. He been working, so I definitely got to give him kudos for that. Like he been on his shit. So
For sure.
that's why I shout out.
All right, y'all. Thanks again for coming, tuning back in with us. My name's Nate,
Boobie.
Dom.
Lex.
and this is Open Exchange Podcast. I'll see y'all later.
Shut up.
Mad disrespectful. You probably pulled the
dropped
plug.
your
You never know.
headphones.
Look at you.
He dropped his
Look at you.
headphones.
Look at Mad Dumb. Look at Mad Dumb. Can you keep that in there?